Hi folks, Lee Gettess here with the Market Sense for the week of June 18th, 2013. As always, the software I use for charting is the Trade Navigator by Gettess. We're going to look at a weekly bond market here. I almost feel guilty trying to do anything to analyze any of these markets because we have a two-day Fed meeting that'll be adjourning Wednesday afternoon and then a press conference from Ben Bernanke, and truly nothing that happens before then makes any difference because what happens after that is the key to everything. Analysis can't really predict how the markets are going to react to whatever the Fed does, even if we knew what the Fed was going to do. So what we have here is it looks like they've held resistance around the 1408 area, which is the green line there, and they've come down in the vicinity of the support. I've got it between 138.20 and 38.12, and I think the low's 28 so far. So they're kind of in an area that makes sense if they're going to create an inside week. Now, don't know if they can have an inside week after the Fed does anything, but that's what it looks like at this point. If they do break down, obviously you've got the previous swing low here in the 137.25 area that is pretty important. If they break that, well, you can see there's nothing down here. But by the same token, they could go up here as high as, well, that's almost 142 up there. It's like 141.30. They could go up there and still not be taking out the previous swing high, so that wouldn't necessarily be a big deal. Really, really hard to predict what might happen this week. Consequently, I have no position. Now, in stocks, kind of an unusual situation here. Stocks have actually looked pretty doggone strong so far this week after a not much of anything week last week, which really makes you question whether the big banks already know what the Fed's going to do. Somebody's willing to buy them this week anyway. They after closing way down here, they opened up here and have used the 1625 area as support to jump higher. The resistance is right around 1650, and they're closing in on that as of Tuesday's close. They're pretty close. They've got to 48 on Tuesday. Well, that's support and resistance at this point. They could, of course, keep going higher and even go to new highs. They could also break back down. They've got support in the 1600 area here, and the previous low at 1590, if they break down, would probably be taken out. They might go down and test this mid-Keltner channel at 1570 that we've been talking about for a while now. It's just so impossible to know how they're going to react. I would expect we've got the 1625 to 1650 area. I'd expect at least one of those will get taken out after the Bernanke press conference Wednesday. And notice I said at least one of them. Markets have been known to do some silly things, and just to watch out, in all financial markets, it's very common for them to be a reaction the afternoon after the Fed issues their statement, and then there to be a totally different reaction the next morning. It's like they've had overnight to think about it, and now they don't think the same way they did the afternoon of the report. So just be on the lookout for that. But I got nothing on. So that's what I've got for you today. I hope you're smart enough to not do anything to damage yourself this week also. Thanks for checking in to see what we think.